After understanding the background of this particular essay, now we shall begin with this particular essay. The background is made clear to you, and the essay is also made available to you in your Moodle platform, LMS platform. Okay, this is the PDF version of the essay that is available to you people. So we shall begin with the first part of this essay, a preparatory note. A preparatory note may see, first of all, gives a kind of preface, an introduction to this particular essay. So it begins with Partha Chatterjee and Hiren Goren's references. These are the contributors, and he refers to their books. Okay, recently discussed means the books which were books or essays. I'm not sure about that. We shall refer to that. We shall refer to the reference list which is given at the end of this particular essay. So he tries to start with the works of Partha Chatterjee and Hiren Goren, who discuss the project of subaltern studies in the pages of this journal. So these are the essays written by both these authors, Partha Chatterjee and Goren, who themselves contributed to EPW in the pages of this journal, means EPW. So this essay joins this discussion. It is in continuation with Partha Chatterjee's essay and even Hiren Goren's essay, which were published in EPW in the year 2012. Whereas Chakrabarti's essay was published in the year 2013, March 2013. So he says that this essay joins this discussion on the project of subaltern studies, but in a slightly roundabout and particular way. His way is not straightforward as such, it is a roundabout way. And at the same time, he is very particular about this particular project. So further he says the bulk of what follows was actually written sometime before Chatterjee penned his essay. His large part of this essay was written before 2012, before Chatterjee wrote his essay. So he says Partha Chatterjee's essay refers to and in part engages in a conversation with the lecture on which this present contribution is based. Partha Chatterjee refers to, and at the same time, he, talks about a conversation with the lecture on which this present contribution is based. So we already understood that it was a keynote lecture at a conference, at an international conference, to commemorate 30 years of subaltern studies at the Australian National University. So, somewhere he's trying to say that Partha Chatterjee's essay to has the base in this lecture. Means they had a conversation during this particular lecture, and the impact of that particular lecture could be seen in Partha Chatterjee's essay too. Further, he says it is a kind of preparatory note you need to understand, which is a part of this essay. He's giving a note on it. I thought that publishing the substance of that earlier lecture of mine would provide the readers of the EPW with some of the background to what Chatterjee wrote and instantiate at the same time, the very diversity and eclecticism within the subaltern studies editorial group that Chatterjee mentioned. So somewhere it is in continuation with Chatterjee's views, but he is talking about the base as well. So why he published this particular essay? So he thought that if he could publish some part of the lecture, earlier lecture, of his lecture, actually his lecture he's trying to focus on, that would provide the readers of this particular weekly of EPW, the EPW, the background to Chatterjee's essay. So you can understand he's trying to state the fact that the base of Chatterjee's essay too was his own lecture. Okay, and it would also give an example, means an example of the diversity. Diversity means a kind of variety, and the mixing means eclecticism is a kind of mixture. Means subaltern study is not something which is homogeneous project. It is heterogeneous in that way. There is a diversity. There is a combination of ideas from different scholars. So these editors have different perceptions. So his essay may help the readers of the EPW to understand Chatterjee's essay in a better manner. Therefore, he has undertaken this task of writing this essay. That's what he's trying to state here. Further, he says he should explain why he wrote the expression subaltern studies in two different ways. He uses the expression subaltern studies in two different ways. And what's the reason behind it? You can see one means when I do not italicize the expression. For example, this is what he's trying to say. You can see. Okay. He uses it like this in the quotation marks. I refer to an ongoing field of studies. So this one, the expression in the quotation marks in the inverted commas refers to an ongoing field of studies. You should read it as field, I should correct it, which is not dead or extinct by any means. Whereas when he italicizes it, he uses italics like this. Okay. It refers to the series of publications initiated by Ranjit Guha, a series that has now closed. So this is the difference that you need to underline, you need to note down. When he uses the expression in the quotation marks, that refers to an ongoing field of studies. Whereas when he uses it in italics, that refers to a series of publications started by Ranjit Guha. Now that has discontinued. It is closed now. So where this in italics, subaltern studies may have opened up a new area of academic and political investigation, and Chakrabarti considers the field of studies to be a larger phenomenon that the series we collectively edited and published. Okay, so this is somewhat different from Ranjit Guha's task. The first one means the italicized form. This was started by Ranjit Guha, and this opened up a new area of academic and political investigation. But when he talks about Subaltern Studies Collective, he was one of the important contributors to Subaltern Studies Collective. He refers to a larger phenomenon, a remarkable thing. He does not simply refer to the series we collectively edited and published. So this was the series which was started by Ranjit Guha, but later on Chatterjee, Chakravarti, I mean to say Partha Chatterjee, then Dipesh Chakravarti, Hiren Goren, etc. contributed to this particular series. But this one does not refer to that series. It refers to the ongoing field of studies. And he discusses this particular distinction between both these expressions at the end of this particular essay, which he refers to as a postscript. Okay, so this essay has what we call a preface and even a postscript as well. A preface is a kind of preparatory note. He clears the background, and at the end, once again, he comes to or he refers to this distinction between the expression that he is referring to. One is in quotation marks, and one which is italicized.